What's up? What up? What up? I'm happy. Azunami, hello to you, and also happy patch day, everybody that either watches this later or joins in now. Hello to you as well. Hopefully everybody's had a great Tuesday. A really chill Tuesday. Anyway, it's patch day. Every patch, always start off doing the story before everything else. It's like the big, probably one of the biggest things I'm always waiting for in this game, to just try to find out what's gonna happen next, and what is really everything we have now leading up to. Because it's been very vague so far. We've had key Easter eggs, hints, you know, this and that, and a few bluntly said things just spoken out to us in the game. But in a way, there's still like a bold mystery behind it of what exactly is leading us to the further calamity, what's gonna bring our character to be the warrior of darkness, and you know, we've got a lot to figure out before Shadowbringers comes out. So, I already know this patch, as far as the story goes, isn't that long. The patch notes clearly show us, so I'm gonna try to get through what I can tonight. And, right after I go through the main scenario, we'll jump into, some other stuff, maybe some Seiryu, who knows? Who knows? I'm excited, though. I've literally already got my character ready for it. I'm already at the Rising Stones. Literally all ready to just do this main scenario. Let's get to it. I didn't even throw on any music today. I was so happy to get here to play this game. I didn't even want to throw music up. I wanted to hear in-game music. I was gonna actually start off at the bar. I had my character sitting there, and I remembered this place the last time we had a patch come out before we had the free company house. This is one of the places I went. Not the easiest place to get to. But okay. I had a thing before the free company house where I've just about spawned every possible place in this game that isn't just super completely random. They're pretty random, about like that. But I've literally started so many streams in just the most random places. I'm pretty sure I've even started one here before. It's not a bad spot. Anyway, I'll quit rambling, talking about stream starts. Whew. And if you weren't on the streams yesterday, all I did was play a lot of Kingdom Hearts. Final Fantasy XIV here was down for maintenance for everybody that doesn't play it. Mostly we all do. But let's get it. Alice is at her wit's end. There's supposed to be a lot of voice acting as well in these, so I'm very excited for that. Joko.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news.
Mira, what's up? Quit, Joko. Quit. I will take the bone away tonight. That will happen. Stop.
After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Elfino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Kryl, I thought you busy delving into the mysteries of Eureka.
That's what I thought she was too.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Kryl. We would welcome your insight.
and I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
The voice.
That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
Bird's the word.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
Minato, what's up? And Mira, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I've had a really slow day. I've been ready for this.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Whoa.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes? If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So, I suggest we pay her a visit.
Always love seeing Matoya. I actually hope I get to travel there and it just doesn't poof me there. Don't get me wrong. Poofing to places is fun and all. But to travel, that's what being an adventurer is all about. That's the feeling you've had watching 14? I could only understand, Mira. Surely and hopefully it won't take too long for you to get your subscription back. I should have just went to think of going to. It'd be so much faster just go to Edelshire. And thank you for no spoils, Mira. Thank you so much. You want to see those generic reactions anyway. I'm sure this game's gonna fucking 180 me by the time tonight's over. Although, one addition that you actually noted, which was something I was already happy about anyway from reading the patch notes, these puppies can fly now, and well, they're not puppies, they're ponies. But either way, they can fly now, and I'm so stoked about that. I can actually hear the Shiva theme in the air now. I'm so stoked. It's a random thing to be stoked about, but like, I always wish that Fenrir would have had this theme at least. It has a good theme, but it's not this theme. Is it weird that this is the only one I really care about? Like the others, I mean, it's cool. I think they should have been able to fly a long time ago before now. But... oh, what the monkey? Where am I going? But yeah, I'm excited. Really, honestly, I feel like this probably wasn't even that hard of a thing to convert. But I'm really hoping, we're about to go through a whole new calamity, right? Like, things are going to be really different. But I'm hoping they found a way to work in the algorithm to actually get flying in the Realm Reborn areas. And I'm hoping that this is some random, maybe Easter egg chaser out there. It's like, oh... a Realm Reborn mounts fly now. Pretty much all of them do, just about. I'm pretty sure last time around we had Behemoth that could fly. Yep. Damn it, he looks like a monster fly. Oh man, maybe that's what Beast is. We had this discussion last night where I was wondering what the hell Beast is. Maybe he's a behemoth. Like, does that not kind of look like a really mangy beast? Maybe it's just me. But another cool one was the Cavalry Drake. I'm not going to worry about taking it out, but... okay, let's get back to it. Maybe Matoya has a voice. You're happy that the ponies can... I'm happy that they can fly as well. Really, though, I didn't ever ride any of the other ones. Literally, it's just, Kieran and Boreas, but, you know, I'm glad that they can fly as well. I mean, it's a cool thing. Like I said, it should have been done so long ago. Hey, wrong pony, pal. They all fly. I heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily look over her eccentricities if she agrees to help us. Damn word gave me a stutter. I hope it's more voice acting. Give Matoya a voice. Oh shit.
To disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
No, don't skip that cutscene. Thumb.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister.
Oh!
She was supposed to be the lively one. I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
At first I was wondering who she was talking about at first, but she was talking about Alpha now.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Woo!
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders. Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Cough it up. I like how they always do these, like, time-elapse things where they go through just explaining.
And Stola is one of the afflicted, is she?
Tisby.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
As heartwarming and touching as that statement is, it's... She called her a stray! An ungrateful stray.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe, and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
I just brooded up the biggest theory of what's going down. Like, what if they're already in, like, the realm of darkness or the warrior of darkness world, and that's the reason it has to come to that? Like, what if we gotta plunge into said darkness to save them? I'm about to play this out more, but this is what's boiling in my brain right now after hearing this. I'm just like, wait, is this what's going on right now? And it's just like building upon that and building upon that. We're definitely about to find out, but that's where it's leading me.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment.
You're excused.
Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way.
I really thought she would have walked away. Look at that frog back there in the background.
That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Well, shit.
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
Dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Smart thinking.
Let's be off then.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting at shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
There's not to be gained from starting at shadows. What are you throwing at us, Matoya? I'm trying to pick up what you're laying down. Well, with like all of them, I was like... But yeah, I know that our world in the game is like plunging more toward kind of like the characters of like the Warriors of Darkness from before in the story. How we're plunging too far to the lot, and that's what's kind of like bringing us closer to Shadowbringers and all that. But I don't know. Again, that still paints an image into my head, and I kind of am starting to feel like it's going that way. But we'll see. So that was the woman who tamed Y'shtola. Tamed. Again they go. Like, I know she's Mikote, but come on. I literally met a wild Mikote in-game who grew up with lizard men. Like, she didn't have it that bad off with Matoya. And she's an excellent... whatever she is. I had a distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. Aw, I thought that was lasagna. Whoa. What's up, Choco? So confused? I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Lady, do you not realize everything else that's gone down? At least would have said, unless, there's no point speculating. Lise said she'd notify the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamigan Quarter. I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino. Choco, come on now. About Alphino's plot, and leave the search for our friends' lost souls to me. Seems like a job bigger than one, though. Oh no, it's bugged. Too many people doing it at once. Here we go. Shit, this would be so much faster. You know, it really does feel great to be able to log in and actually have new content. Ah, man. I feel like this makes up for my whole day that I've had today. When they said meet at the gate, like, they were not kidding. We're not at it. Why do I want to click on Allie's face? She's not doing anything. Greetings, Scions. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Please? Only at work, Mira.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
Howdy.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Damn, 0 to 60.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
Awesome.
You assume?
Well, he's not there.
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them.
I hate it when people are unwilling to divulge.
They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
He's a hell of a guy.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees,
See?
no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
See there? Hell of a guy. Even with only one arm.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
When did you think it was gonna be?
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No, they won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on!
I bet it's a trap. Sounds like a trap.
No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Sounds like a trap because this sounds exactly what you think that they would try to do while they go literally do other things, other places. And this is a distraction.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Gotcha.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too.
Oh yeah, we heard it.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
Bad reception, you know.
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
To Doma. Oh wait, now I gotta talk to Alice first. So Alphino is safe for the present at least. Now all we need to worry about is the full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lise tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. I always see them run off, and I just think to myself, it's like, you poor soul. Why don't you use Aetheryte crystals and teleportation? They don't even mount up, they just start running. Puppy, how have you been? Glad to hear from you. Choco, we're going to see Lord Hien. I see you have tidings for Lord Hien. May I show you in? This dude speaks in Rons. Please. No bueno. No, we're not doing this. Leave it alone. Stop. lay down. Come on. Lay down. No. Damn! That counts as a quest? It's so short. Glad, and thank you for no spoils. I'm looking forward to it. Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. The Code Gene and the Confederacy you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that won the cooperation of the Steppe tribes. We have also been joined by our neighbors from Nancha, and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca. Well, I didn't expect that one. Though the scattered nature of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay their official induction. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose to stand against the tyranny of the Garlean Empire. I am glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. I thank you for bringing me news of Alphino. His fate is never far from our thoughts, and not only because he is our emissary. As for this sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree that Al Amigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Yeah. Every report we've received from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain that the Empire's poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. And I would help deflect that blow, but I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. The all-important Allegan energy barrier. The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious, a name drawn from the four lords of legend, perhaps Serius, Gis, or some such. Well, just a thought. The Ironworks engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. Have you the time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Ozzy's law firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares. I will come too, if you don't mind. Though I am no Y'shtola, I may be able to offer some insight. Of course, time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, I leave you and Hokuro to bring the War Council to a close. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready, my lord. Wear the storms. I'm already kind of slightly overcumbered on food, so I'm just gonna... Fuck it, I'll grab the food. If I need a healer, you'll offer? That's cool. I mean, if you want to do it, I don't mind. It'll definitely help my queue. Although I doubt the queue is going to be bad at all tonight, honestly. It's one of those moments. He and his... Well, I should say not one of those moments, but it's patch day. Hien is eager to see the energy barrier in action. We will cross the burn by Yawl and Falcon. Dude, I've got so many other mounts that I like better than both of those. Join me at the Overlook, near the House of the Fierce. Okay. Oh man, he literally like meant House of the Fierce. Nano! Gotta be a trap. Hey. That's what I said just a few minutes ago. And I definitely believe it to be so. How you been, Nano? Glad you could make it. Okay. I'm gonna just make it easier on myself. Oh wow, so this is it, huh? Tell me what it is, Hien. Give the word when you're ready to take wing. Head to the burn. I guess. Let's do it. You better give Hien a voice this time.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
Good.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Damn.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming. $1,000 yards, 2,000, 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected. $4,000, 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
Party! The test of fate.
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
No kidding.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
You were way too optimistic about this.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
What? Oh, it's the Shadowhunter guy. Holding Alphino. Shit.
By the gods, it's Alphino.
And he wanted a fireball.
What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
From the trailer.
Lower the barrier.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
Just like everybody else. Anybody else notice this dude has a giant-ass gun blade? Like, did you just not see that blade? How long? It goes all the way down his back. That is a big-ass gun blade.
No, not him too.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
You know, whatever works these days. Gaius Van Belzar, the Black Wolf. Let's go full name. He doesn't deserve code names.
I, Gaius Van Belzar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given, one I have long since relinquished. Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Belzar, a man without rank or allegiance.
I see he dropped the van. Sounds better.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
He's standing right there.
Do you remember how it unfolded? How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea? The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god. Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
He's got a zombie
The Black
arm.
Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge. My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword. Are the Scions not of like mind?
In this single respect, perhaps.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know. Yet among the Red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source. The first was La Hebrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmett Selk, about whom little is known.
This is the Organization 13 fan club, if you didn't already know.
We have files on La Hebrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmett Selk is new to us?
Never heard of the guy. Emmett.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Probably Emmett.
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit.
Maybe not.
As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets. It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Ciegalvis.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
It really is. I didn't laugh.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized.
Dude's got a chamber of secrets.
And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
They're making clones? But why if that guy?
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
Don't you do it. I'm a little Oliphant, man. You just put this shit on my shoulders? You're right. There's more important matters at hand. We'll settle this another time.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
Okay. So what did they do with Alphino?
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
You're telling me. I had to kick his ass once.
Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
There you go. Strong chlorophyll. It's like the plot of Kingdom Hearts. Make everyone Xehanort. Euthanasia, glad to have you. And Minato, yeah, it does definitely sound like he's got a new voice actor, I agree. Then again, it's hard to really tell. Last time we really heard his voice, it sounded like he was talking like Bane or something. You know, just like really muffled. Glad to hear you're doing fine, Nano. I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm super happy that we've got more story content. Like, that, I've been super stoked about that. It actually made my day at work terrible because I wanted to be here so bad. Still hoping for that fireball. Oh, man. Alphino is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer. Wow, I'm so surprised they don't have any Charujin. Like, that's not even a joke. I've been joking a lot tonight. That's not even one. He literally just says healer. Okay. Is examining him as we speak. Nope. It sounds like the examination's over. I've spoken with the physicians. Another word. And there are no outward signs of illness. Alphino is lost in a sleep form, from which he cannot be awoken, just like the others. It seems that even the lands of the Empire were not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. I share your frustration, Alise. I do, but Alphino is returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to wake him. Until then, you can but fulfill your duties as a scion, yours and your brother's both. Shit, double her duty, why don't you? You're right, of course. There are arrangements to be made and little time to make them. To business then, my lord. Now that we know Seryu's wall works as intended, we can expect reinforcements for Alamigo. You most certainly can. As promised, we will send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay. Pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who boast teleportation magics, but the bulk of our force must be transported by sea. A lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favored by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Arnold Trading Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distance in question, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that our East Alenard friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I am certain that they will afford Alfino a berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have the Chirurgeon, there it is, accompany him every ilm of the way to the Rising Stones. You have my thanks, Lord Ian. You giddy? I will go ahead with our friends to Alamigo, enlist all those capable of transportation, teleportation, my bad, and put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard. Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we had hoped for, Lise, and the Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Stephen, what is up? You wanted to see something explode? Minato, when you say wake me up inside, and am I supposed to say, save me?
Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance.
Oh, whoa, this one caught me off guard. I gotta reread this because I heard it in the background and it caught me so off guard that I didn't even hear what he said. Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined by the new plant. Oh, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive. Your Radiance. Okay, they're voice acted, so we'll get to it.
See that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing. A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
What? Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war. What the fuck kind of a sentence can you jolly say this with? This guy is fucking psychotic. Screenshot that face I made? Maybe, I don't know. If you do screenshot it, you should send it to me in Discord so I at least know how, whatever the fuck it might have been. Then we'll talk. Damn, he's got a jolly walk, too.
While you do what?
Slings his head and shoulders around.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire. You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed. Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way. Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome.
Get the Xehanort joke now.
You dabbled in Allagan cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the Founding Father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey?
Dude, Sorcerer is fucked up.
If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise.
Adding to that statement,
you will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
What? So in the studio with the last part of that scene, I feel like they were like, give us an evil after. And that dude made that, and they were like, more evil. And then he did something else kind of like that. Obviously, the game's going a little broken on us. It happens. It's patch day. Loads of people logging in. Didn't even log my character out. But yeah, that dude's laughter was poo. A 10 million mile drop? The third boss in the 24-man raid? Oh, man. Okay, never mind. That's the new one. Okay, give me a quick moment. When I get back, we'll jump back into this story. dive a little bit further in, get a little bit deeper. I gotta take a quick restroom break though. I'll be right back. Oh man, I really love how the plot's just getting really thick. Like, I feel like we started off pudding, but now we're mashed potato, and I like that. Get the dungeon and need some less stressful to do? I feel ya. You looked at the new primal weapons. They're beautiful. I'm gonna have to check them out. Check the Discord. I don't know if I want to right now. Like, I really don't want any spoilers if that's what it is. Like, I'll check it right now just because you've got me curious. I'm gonna be a little disappointed if it's spoilery stuff. Oh, yeah, I don't mind. I feel like that face doesn't say that expression enough, though. Like, I feel like this is also the face that's like, eh, I just smelled something terrible. Then also, eh, I don't like where that's going. Then there's, eh, that player's fucking terrible. Then there's, eh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. And then there's, eh, damn, I think I gotta go throw up now. I think that's probably the same face, like when I burp, and then, you know, when you're an adult, sometimes shit happens, you burp, and you're like, nope, that's not a burp, and then you go throw up. That's just life, especially if you're somebody like me with some terrible-ass allergies. But yeah, you could use that picture for whatever the fuck, I really don't care. It's my face, literally. Okay, Ian, fill us in. Ian stands ready to depart for Alamigo. We must leave now to convene with Eorzea's leaders, and it may be some time before our return to Doma. Hakuro, I'll leave you in command. Who better to than man's best friend? My lord. I shall assemble an advance party with all haste, and join you in Alamigo forthwith. Just received word from Lys. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we've arrived in the logs, we're to report to a resistance officer stationed in Porta Praetoria. Who will point us in the right direction? Let's not keep them waiting. Let's do it. Let's go. You were joking about using it? It's also cool, you know. Whatevs. I'm just the type of person like... I'm not gonna say I'm too hard to embarrass. There's a couple things that could easily get me right off the bat. But my faces and the goofy shit I do during my streams, I'm here every single night. Like, literally, if somebody just, like, took endless screenshots of me during streams, they're gonna see my face do a lot of stupid shit. Sometimes crazy shit. Sometimes random stupid crazy shit. I can't help it. This thing has a mind of its own. Okay. Again, you know, I can't not use it. The fact that I can fly with these things now just gives me way more of a reason to use these. Especially Boreas here. Ah, you must be the Scion party I was told to look out for. If you'll follow me, I'll take you directly to Alliance headquarters. Okay. Take us away. You literally could have just came here in the first place.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Hien. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, while our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news...
He's just like everybody else.
So, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
You got it.
Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal.
That is, I'm pretty sure, like, the introduction into Stockholm Syndrome. Just saying.
Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
Pretty sure.
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Oh, speaking of...
Oh, son of a monkey.
The Emperor himself. Well, Varus did sanction the Popularis peace mission.
I am sorry. We gotta figure out what the fuck she just said. That's gonna keep bothering me. I do not like that. At all. What did she just say? Here we go. She said, "Oh, speaking of the Garleans, you didn't expect to see. We have a tale of our own. As it happens, we have sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks. They returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending. Now understand their shock. The Emperor himself, well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission." I know we actually listened to that one, but it was kind of out of context. Okay, let me get us caught back up here. I had to read that. Like, I could not have one random thing skipped on the story. They've got me to not. I hate that I'm playing through it as quick as I thought I would. I kind of expected it, but at the same time, I'm enjoying it. Definitely enjoying it. Want to see Ian's coat belong in a PS2 game? Well, you know, I could really break that down, but we're not going to get into that right now.
But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
Makes a good point.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
Sounds like another trap.
God, Lise, you know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
What is?
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
I wasn't even gonna ask, lady. I'll be there. I'm not fond of politics either. Of course I'm not. That's why I wasn't worried about it.
Oh, you're not, are you? Come on, if Alizé can put on a brave face, then so can you. Now, we don't know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand should make all the difference.
You talked me into it.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
I'm always ready. Like 98% of the time. Maybe 97.8% of the time. Lady, let's go. Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an emperor waiting too long, shall we? Let's go. Yep, starting to feel even more like a trap. It's like, what do you want to do? Call a meeting and invite all the people you want to get rid of all at once.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance, on behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today.
Okay.
As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Okay.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, Should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue.
She's not the best negotiator, I'm just saying. Like, she literally started this with, should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us. Okay, hands down, if you're going to war, the first thing you do in war is not look to your rival or opponent, be that said who it is, and look at them and say, hey, you're gonna win. Yeah. Let's listen to the follow-up.
Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
I feel like she should have led with that.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace.
Yeah, you know, told you.
As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
He offered him something.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
Woke the bull. And he agrees, apparently.
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize the countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
This guy's so much better at negotiations. All I'm saying is, like, he's here saying, you know, I've brought to the table what I've brought now before you, and I'm telling you what's gonna happen. And they're just like, no, we've got problems. And he's just like, I don't care. I will further tell you while I'm here. And they're like, no. And he's just like, I'm doing shit? This guy's good. Chaz, hey, what's up? Like, I feel like that's Raban's face. Like, somebody meme this now. Take everything he just said.
I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor.
And then you get Raban's face over there where his eyes are closed, no expression, not even a response. Like, that last statement from him, with Raban's face, just, he's right. Just meme it. Let's hear Amric out. Again, he said, "Your radiance of fear, I can personally assist to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous favor."
For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons.
It's true.
1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned.
Or froze because it was snow.
Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
It's true. Dravanians and, you know, Sir Amric, they're just like, I mean, there's no other way to put it. They're like, you know what I mean?
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise.
Makes sense. We killed him.
You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
I'm telling you, this guy can debate. Gosh, he's not even saying much, but he's just insulting all of them, and it just makes sense at the same time. He's good. Not a good guy, and we all hate him, but he's good.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people.
Now he's degrading them.
There was a time when Garlemald, too, lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong, from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own.
75% of them are pirates. Merlib, try again. Once again, you are bringing a still argument and point to this table.
On the shores of Vilbrand we found it. And from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
What? Fucking pirates! Without robbing? You're fucking pirates! That's what you do! Sure, there's sailors. There's like 25% sailors and 75% pirates. Without robbing? Merlwib, come on now. I want to be on your side. That's a lie. He even says it.
So saith the pirate.
Ah!
I believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you. That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers.
What did I just say? What the fuck did I just say? This guy is bringing the argument to the table. Who is this guy? Why isn't he on? Why aren't you on our side right now? Why are we fighting you? Like, dude, what the fuck? I'm out here in real life saying what you're saying to them. I'm telling you. Boom.
I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
I just said all this. Oh my fucking god. What do you gotta say? Throw something out? Hell.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal.
You are just insulting, and that makes no sense.
They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the 12's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
Okay, she really did bring a good one to the table. Everybody else was shit. They should have just let Connie Cena here literally do all of the negotiations. Everybody else brought nothing to the table. Amric helped out a little bit until old guy showed him up with his dad and it's like, you know, the honey word shit. Here he goes.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation.
Okay, he didn't like that one.
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing.
Gosh, I said that too.
Despite what you people may believe, I am not one to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
God damn it, he's right. I'm telling you, this guy's good. I'm not even trying to take enemy side. Like, if you can't read this right here and just like I know they got pity, home destroyed, mute, dragons, his actual problems are over. He's doing pretty good for himself right now. Brother missing over here. I could go further down the table with problems, but if you're saying that, Varys isn't just spouting truth right now while they're over here, it's like, don't fight us, we're gonna lose. He's like, you're gonna lose because you've been fighting so much here lately. Calm the fuck down. And they're just like, no, don't. And he's just like, I'm going to. That's why we're here. And they were just like, please don't. And he's like, you're not even debating. You're giving me terrible facts. And they're just like, terrible facts, daddy issues, terrible facts. I don't really belong here. Mute. Brother issues. Again, further down the table. They don't even have anything to say.
Wait, I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here.
What? That is all everybody on this side of the table has tried to do since we have been here. What? Another baseless comp. Please. Indulge us with your words again.
Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
You've literally only mentioned violence since we've been here.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future.
Get her out of here. Get her out of this side of the table. This smirk is unprecedented.
Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
I do too. I agree with this guy. Once again, don't get me wrong. I'm not choosing the bad side over the good. I've got to lay it forthwith and just flat out on the table. They are terrible right now, and they have not made one lick of sense since they have been at the side of the table. And I'm wondering what the devs were thinking about writing this content while this guy, he's over here, is making so much goddamn sense. And while the peoples whose sides we're supposed to be upon I can't even find middle ground with them. I'm just listening to them. I'm just like, who are you people? He makes perfect sense. And they're just like, you know, don't kill us. And he's just like, I'm not about what he's about, you know. He just wants to mindlessly kill people. I know. Working with the Asians. I get it. No good. But they're really not helping anything on the other end of the table up there. Like, at all. Wonder how much that thing on his head weighs. Whoa! Did it always say what server I was on up here? Ultros. I don't think it did. That's fucking crazy. That's like... This is like every streamer's perfect thing. There's actually streamers that put their server in their title. Never again. It says it on the fucking screen. Nice! Tell me about it, Lise. Ooh, this is really not my forte. Yeah, I can tell. After his Radiant's little performance, it was all I could do to not swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing a mediator. I don't know why you wanted to swear at him, and not the people we're sitting on this side of the table with. I'm more embarrassed for them. I just asked myself what Alphino would have done. Tried my best to do the same, and by some miracle it worked. I kind of feel like Alphino would have, like, gave us a better situation than just postponing the inevitable. Sorry, Alice. Alphino would have done better. We have track record of this. Don't hate me for saying that. Like, we have every bit of previous game content ever, as far as ever goes, where Alphino does fix things. So, yeah. Still like Alice. I actually like her a little bit more than Alphino. She's a little bit less robotic. But, at the same time, Alphino fixes shit. Alice tends to stir them up a little bit further. I don't know if anybody else has picked this up with, but they're like polar opposite twins. Be that as it may, that's pretty much twins for you. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man. Wrong. You all just brought up the wrong ground to try to be common with. Nor do I think he looked for any. Possibly true. You all just wanted sympathy. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Probably wanted to hear a good reason why you wanted to live, because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. That's what you say, but you gave him no reason to give you peace. You just brought up war shit and said, please don't hurt us. Whatever it is, I can't make it out. You really don't need to be at this table. Not yet, at least. That sounds better. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene. So, why not try consulting our illustrious leader? Illustrious? Who are they enlightening out there? Nobody. They're just saying sorry. Mayhap they have some insight to share. Kinda doubt it. What do you got? Events of the past, give it to me. Yeah, you're not part of it. Ian. This parley was never locked to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varus' relationship with the Asians. As had we all. Yet, if he is in league with them, he is not like to volunteer the fact. And if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for their presence? If we're to broach that particular subject, we will need to be subtle. Would that I knew more of the man, if you could indulge. Me, Lord Hien? You received an imperial education, did you not? Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There is no higher authority in all of Garlemald, nor else in the heavens. Come to that. Veneration of gods is forbidden. the only worship permitted being that of his Radiant's own person. That sounds suspiciously like a religion in itself. It really does. I mean, I could go with the common ground of staying silent, but you know. Open your eyes. I share your disdain for their hypocrisy. Okay. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith. Okay. They revere their leader as the fervor of others reserve for the divine. 'Tis a flaw common to much of the doctrine they feed us. Logical on the surface, perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varys to reveal something. I highly doubt it, dude. Don't bring that up. God damn it. 12 have mercy. But, for Lady Alice's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at negotiating. At the negotiating? Wait, what, huh? Not that Emperor Varys left us a great many options, it's unconditional surrender that we will accept, do you think? I wish I could give my own opinions here. Ere he arrived, I had said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly! He's building up to something, I know it. How then should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior Vlad? Invite Varys to explain himself. Say nothing of Xenos or the Asians. Why? Just literally, yes, ask him to explain himself instead of bringing up past events. Why is these not first result examples? They're the worst negotiators of all time. Do you believe it is more apt to reveal the truth? Yes. Put him at ease? Why? Mayhap you were right? No, I am right. Why are you trying to be secretive? That's what his problem was in the first place. Thank you, Tonberry. You're welcome. I gotta go talk to this guy. She's a lady. I will say one thing for this Varys. He is well versed in Eorzean history. That literally has nothing to do with our situation whatsoever at all, Merlub. You've only just further made me disbelieve in you. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast in its prey. The conqueror would know his enemies. Be that as it may, that an emperor would, prying to prey down his current enemy, which is a nation of its own, bordered and pharaohed and held and helped by other countries. What are they doing with their free time? These are the worst leaders I've seen in my life. I've followed these guys around for expansions. All should know their enemies. Thank you, you're making sense. Yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire. You're bad. I'm sure Varys would be happy to tell you more. Probably would if you would just ask the guy instead of bringing up the past. Then it's up to you to change that, here and now. You know what? I'm going with the first answer. Lady, you got problems. Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself. Who else are you gonna ask? Connie Cena? What's she gonna know? Well, mayhap there is some wisdom in that, you think, Merlewib. God damn. The fact that a simple question can't be asked. What is this, 2018 all over again? If we can skirt the storm of displeasure, we may yet come to our answers. Even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. God damn it, I gotta take another quick restroom break before I start this up. I love the Signs, I've followed them around forever, but this chat has disappointed me beyond all measures. No, for real, I actually do gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back. I hate to actually pull it right now, the story's getting really thick, but Let it boil. I'll be right back, and we'll let it simmer. Okay. Time to plunge back to some more confusion. The life story is about to get extra juicy. Well, I'm glad the story's about to get extra juicy. I like that extra juicy. Like, I feel like if there was an option with juicy fruit, if it was like juicy fruit and then juicy fruit extra juicy, that's the one I'd be going for. Has something to do with the world visitation thing. Well, that's crazy. Let's get extra juicy. You've spoken with everyone then. Well, 3 people. Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor. And hope we fare better at the second attempt. Yeah, I really gotta, hope so as well, because that first attempt was pure shit. He was hasty.
Now then, who would have the floor?
He's ready. Like, when you start off with that right there, that is like saying, look, I'm done here. Let's go. Prove me wrong. I'm outie. 5,000. And I'm talking straight up. Yeah. Fucking Catalina wad mixer.
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
Holy hell, thank you! Yes! Finally! Yes! What the shit? Why was this the second time around and not the first? I'm literally glad that the devs hoped that the player would feel my current emotions, and they were literally summarized in this one paragraph.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people.
Why are we here right now? Like, Ian, you could have brought this up long before this discussion at this table. I don't care if you were trying to help Doma. What the fuck, Ian? Another reason I'm out here just like, are we the good guys right now? Like, are we? Like, this guy, yeah, he tried to, like, you know, sovereign the people. He's trying to just, you know, literally making government, not Ian, Galvus over here, government. Okay, government's not always good. Government can be good. He out here is blatantly saying, it's like, yeah, I kind of knew your whole plan the whole time, but you know what? I was trying to work on the shit that I wanted to. You know, fuck everybody else. The Doman Enclave's thriving now because the Warrior of Light, and while he sat on his ass and just told people what to do.
Recognizing the threat icons posed the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner.
You're only proving my point, Ian. God damn it.
Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the barrens said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
Okay.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
They're onto something now. The light bulb's even ticking. Smirk.
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this. To return the world to the way it once was. The way it was always meant to be.
Probably not a bad idea, given the current events.
In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more.
Okay. Looks to me.
No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
Okay, this guy went on a racist side, and I can't be on his side anymore. Dude, you lost my help. You had me at, you know, everything else, but race? Come on, guy. That's like the low blow. This is like losing a fight, and then you just like, you're like, I'm not gonna win, so you hit the guy in the balls. That doesn't mean you won. That's a low blow. That's what this is. Racism. Look, I'm a Lalafell sitting at this table. Like, the master race. Who are you? You fucking Nazi?
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
You're probably safe.
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfection.
Okay, let me explain the Big Bang to you, Varys. Like, a very large star hit loads of things, circling through atmospheric pressures in space, causing massive explosions, causing atmosphere to flow and create further life and expand upon another star recreated within the universe and the galaxy itself, in which thus things compare. Organisms are born through, we'll just call it Big Bang attributes, and different races probably spouted from this, like does, you know, what is it, evolution states. Where'd you go to school? Fucking nowhere?
That
is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother.
Who looks out their front door and sees a Lalafell man and say, I'm killing your brother?
You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures.
Okay, I'm back on this side of the table again. Like, this guy... The first half of it all, he was just like, you're wrong, and he was right. This time around, they asked the right questions, and he's just racist.
To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
No.
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom.
What is this doom word? That's what I feel like he's thinking. Doom. It's so cute. What does it really mean? Is that what you call inviting your friends over for brownies and milk? For maybe s'mores by the campfire? Doom.
My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
Dude, don't bring up your dad again. That's bad. He already schooled you once.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing.
Oblivion, you know, is a gift.
But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Gallian Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
Yet you still work for them.
What?
I'm not surprised.
Yes. My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire?
The grandson.
Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Give or take. Your prize is a law. Your master's demons. Well, we don't really know if they are demons, though. Or we'll stop you and the Ascians, no matter the cost. This is probably true. This is probably very true. And I'm gonna go with the top one. What do you think, Choco? You're about it? Okay, top one it is. Your shit is a law.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
More like the opposite of freeing the man of prison of divergence. It's more like you came to divulge people in the less divergent aspect of prison for men. Unliberated.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard.
You're talking to a Lalafell. Literally a different race. Irrelevant statement.
An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs.
Again, I'm a Lalafell god. Like, you're just... I'm like the midget of your people, or the dwarf of your people, or just, you know, the short person of your people, and you're here getting that perfect race stuff. In real life, looking on this end, like this, it's just me speaking, even I'm offended.
We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Shit, I thought it was only one.
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Seriously, one calamity is pretty damn shitty. 6 of them? Holy fuck.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
Again, you know, Merlib, I like you, but you're just not helping any of us.
It is unthinkable. Unconscionable.
Yours makes more sense.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands.
Once again, now that the guy's pulling away from racism, kinda going back to making sense. Not with the racism part, he's being a full-on Hitler right now. We don't need Hitler. We need, like, JFK. Be JFK, not Hitler. JFK, Hitler. We need JFK, not Hitler. Choco, what do you, like, move your nose. What do you want? Do you want Hitler, or do you want JFK? JFK. I thought so. See, even my dog gets this.
Into your hands, perhaps.
You're thinking Hitler. Warriors of Darkness.
But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
Boom. JFK.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Hitler. I feel like this is one of those...
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler?
Magic moments is about to happen.
The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections.
Oh, fuck.
The strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another.
Speaking that true, she's back.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
And you, warrior of light.
Oh man, me again?
Would you refuse me as well?
Yeah, dude, you're racist as fuck. I'm literally a fucking Lalafell. Like, if I've literally got to put this before I even get my 2 options to say here, because that's all this game ever gives me. Like, if he says, and you, warrior of law, would you refuse me as well? He literally, moments ago, was just saying, master race. Fucking Hitler over here is asking me, is like, are you against me right now? What? Hitler? Yes! You're wrong! You can't kill people in genocide and claim to have effectiveness and say that works. No. Yes, it's dark. That's what you're trying to bring in. I get it. At the same time, just like... that's like saying, like... life without math is possible. No! It's not possible! I hate math as much as you do. But is life without it possible? Hell no! Half of it, life is math. So let's go back to things here. Let's say this guy wanted to, like, you know, level the world up. It's like say, fuck math. We're all about literature now. Literature is all we need. We're excluding race here. We're going very, very primitive. Like, the base of knowledge here. We're going, like, math and literature. This guy's saying literature is all we need, and everybody else is math on the table here. We're just like, dude, you gotta have math. And he's just like, nope, we're gonna read shit, and we're just gonna go with it. And they're just like, you probably flew here, right? And he's like, maybe. And they're just like, how much gas did you put in there? And then he's just like, you know, 5 liters. And they're just like, dude, that's math. And he's just like, hey, you know who else used 5 liters of gas? My granddad. 5 liters of gas, he said it every time, that's all he needed. And they're just like, dude, this is so much fucking bigger than 5 liters of gas. And he's just like, 5 liters of gas, that's all our ships take. We're bringing you down. They're just like, dude, we're going to bring up some past events that's going to be really irrelevant. And then he's going to put 5 liters of gas. And they're just like, okay, this dude's got us. 5 fucking liters of gas. That's pretty fucking good. That's equivalent to the average mileage in Eorzea right now. Like, we got to beat that, but we can't beat it too good. Because if we beat it too good, it's going to come at us extra hard with the extra gas prices. We got to help him out. Like, what is our standpoint? What is the middle ground to this? So he asked the Warrior of Light here, which I'm probably not going to have much of an answer to say, but all I'm saying here is, dude, you went racist. I was on your side at first. Like, I was like, this dude's got it. Like, president. Now I'm just like, dude, you're racist. I'm a Lalafell, and now you're wanting my opinion? What the fuck do you think I'm gonna say? I cannot condone such a loss of life. Very subtle. We cannot defeat the Ascians as we are. No! I'm a fucking Lalafell. So is she. I don't know what half of these other people. Ellison, Rogadin. Hi, you're probably okay. Rogadin?
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
Yeah, we're not racist.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages.
Savages? Oh, you're a racist motherfucker. What race are you, guy? You're not even a higher or a Rogadin. You're like a higher Rogadin fucking hybrid. You're like a Rogadin, you son of a bitch.
This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting.
You can't use magic.
It will not be at the negotiating table.
I'll say it again, you asshole. Magitech something up for us. You should have threw in the white flag when you had the chance, you son of a bitch. Racist bastard! Anime PC culture. I just gotta get my real expressions and thought out there while it goes. But I feel you, Chaz. He wanted to MacGyver it. He thinks talking about the race. You think he's talking about the race of the Ascians that used to be? He's still very racist. This is something. It is something. John Lennon? I should have used Lennon. I should have used John Lennon instead of JFK. JFK was good, John Lennon would have been better. Don't kill my brother. But, Chaz, dialing back, release date for Last of Us 2. No, not a thing yet. Worst NPC spas. I wouldn't call any of them spas, but, worst NPC opinions? Yeah. Hands down. And it's cool that your favorite flavor is juicy fruit. Speaking of juicy fruit, random thought of the night. What flavor is juicy fruit? Like, it's called juicy fruit, but what fruit does juicy fruit actually taste like? Have you ever stopped to think about that? Like, 3 fun and terrible facts about juicy fruit. 1, it's called juicy fruit. You don't even know what fruit it tastes like, but it's damn juicy. 2, juicy fruit. Well, to be the fact that it's called juicy fruit, it's kinda not that juicy. That's kinda why I had my extra juicy joke a second ago. And 3, juicy fruit really doesn't last that long. Like, you could chew that shit for like 45 minutes, and then it's like having like literally wet bread in your mouth for like an hour. And if you've never had wet bread in your mouth for an hour or chewed juicy fruit for 45 minutes, I don't recommend doing it because it's not a fun experience, and when you figure out what I'm talking about, it's not the most enlightening experience. You're just kind of like, oh. And that's about it. I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive. No bueno. Crit, no. Direct hit, honestly, this is probably the one that's gonna help me the most. Come on, Lise, what's up? Having listened to Emperor Varys' maniacal plans, Lise is ready to go to war. Holy shit, you went literally from fucking 0 to 60 to 0 to like 100. Really fucking quick. Even brought the Chocobros here. Forks and all.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Yeah, he's fucking racist as shit, and he just wants to kill everybody other than whatever the fuck he is.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Doma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Gallians come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
Has anybody ever thought Raban kind of sounds like Ned Stark out there?
We must seize it, full stop.
Is that you, Sean Bean? It's not, but he sounds like it. But it's not. Here, here! No, nobody else is going to join us? Okay.
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not?
For real, she's fucking Red Mage now. With etherical weaponry that none of us have except for her. I honestly get a little saddened every time I see that and just wonder why that's not a thing for the Red Mage. Why does the Red Mage not have literally solo quest options that just increase their weaponry? since Alice here seems to be, you know, queen of that, no blunt way to put it, she literally pulls her shit out of a book. And it's powerful. Why does no other red mage do this? And why do they have to battle endless content? I get it. Literally upon saying it, it's the endless content that has to come with it. But it doesn't. I mean, we're about to have blue mage that's about to have its own solo shit played out. Why couldn't the red mage have had something similar to the such where they could actually have solo routines played out to get to some sort of advantage to actually conjure your own red mage weaponry, like Ollie say, which adds up to the lore, makes more sense, and kind of plays out into the game. That we'll most likely, probably, never know.
And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother.
Don't come here looking for fucking praise right now. Ollie say, we got shit going fucking down.
But we all know who really make the difference.
Don't do it.
Ready to frighten some Garleans?
Stop putting shit on my shoulders. You know I'm ready.
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
Nod. No words.
We would be honored.
Of course, she speaks for me yet once again.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
I feel like that's a really bad Lalafell joke, and I'm not going to acknowledge it, you giddy.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands.
Coward. He's not really. He's got one arm. He's a hell of a guy.
Comrades, ready your arms.
Told you.
The hour of battle has come.
He's a hell of a guy.
May the crystal guide us to victory.
I don't have a weapon. Yeah, it's my TV remote. Why does he still carry two weapons, though? I feel like somebody really just has to break it down to the guy. He's only got one arm.
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard.
Not.
If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it.
It's really not new to me. Literally, you're talking to a summoner, lady. I can literally, I can fight twice as hard because, he does not literally fight as his own. I fought with fucking Ifrit for a little bit, and then when he gets fucking strong enough to turn him into fucking Bahamut, he goes boom, boom, ding, bang, bang, boom, and then we do other shit. Come on, fight alone. Who are you, Ollie say? They should have fixed this per class.
It's strange.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started.
Well, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
I should be terrified.
Probably.
But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right.
Thank you, but I'm a Lalafell lady. There's only so much I can do.
So please.
All I'm saying is, you know, if history actually plays to counterpart with, you know, fact, future, and present, you know, Lalafell didn't add up that much in history in this, you know, just saying.
Don't you dare leave me alone.
I'll try. See, he even said, he's like, dude, what are you asking me? He's like, what? That's like saying, don't eat that last slice of pizza.
We have to survive.
No promises. She got really filthy, though. I'll stop. She said, no matter what happens, we have to survive together. And then leaves me standing alone by myself. Okay, I thought it was about to get a lot more filthy. He even thought so. He's just like, how selfish. A phantom pain? I love it. Oh, man. Metal Gear puns. They're the greatest. Juicy Fruit. Yeah, Juicy Fruit does only last 10 minutes. At least Juicy Fruit lasts 10 minutes and it's not like Zebra Strop Gum. I'm assuming most of us here were born between the years of 1991 and the year 2002, so we know what Zebra Strop Gum is. And we know how it literally only lasts, sometimes. Maybe 5 minutes or less. Process was cool. You wasn't going for the pun, but it worked so fucking perfectly. Too perfectly, really. Dino Crisis. As for Dino Crisis, I actually never played the home console version. I only played, like, I think it was still called Dino Crisis. I'm not 100% sure, but, I'm pretty sure I played arcade versions of Dino Crisis. But I can't say I ever actually, it was like Turok. Another Dino game that I'd actually played, Turok may have been the one I may have played at a friend's house, but, like, just like the whole genre, I'm hit and miss with it really as far as things go. Like, I need a good story to really kind of like keep me going for a video game. And with Dino Crisis, I feel like I played a little bit of it in an arcade, but I don't think I've really done any home console gaming as far as the sense goes. Zebra Strop was the bee's knees. Zebra Strop was something else, but being in the flavor department and how long it could last, it was always so shitty. Like, it didn't last very long at all. Not to mention, like, oh, well, I gotta take it back. I was about to say not to mention, you know, it was, I was gonna say cheap, but even if it was, the coolest thing I think about Zebra Strop when I was a kid was the tattoos. Sure, you could chew the gum. The flavor never lasted. Then you had that, like, the wet bread feeling I was talking about earlier with long chewed juicy fruit. But with Zebra Strop, one thing they did have was the tattoos that you could do. The artificial tattoos for your tongue, or you could wet it and put it pretty much fucking anywhere. Gosh! The nostalgia. Give me just a moment. I'm going to take a very quick restroom break, grab a drink. I'll be right back, and we'll probably end up finishing the rest of this main scenario when I get right back. So, the story has literally kept me at the edge of my seat all night long. Let's, go ahead and get some stuff going. Use the party finder to enter, Gimlet Dark. So I had a few people who actually wanted to get on this with me when I actually got it up. To anybody that's still online that would still like to join into this, who would like to party up, it's time, let's do it! Also, if you're doing the dungeon, may you join. Puppy, you may. No doubt. How should I do this, Puppy? I know it's gonna be more friendless based, but Steven is the only one I know online. Also wanted to help out, exactly, as well. Oh, well, pepperoni, okay. That I guess that helps out right off the bat, huh? You can go, Steven. We got you. Awesome. We got us a party. Let's do it. I'm excited. It's my first time, so sorry ahead of time already, Puppy. But you know, in saying that, we're waiting on a tank. It shouldn't take us too long at all. It's patch day, less than 5 minutes, so it says. I'm ready. I'm ready to do something. I've ran through loads of story content. It's got me pumped up. I am ready to see a new dungeon. A new for me anyway. You know, it's day 1, technically I guess day 2 at this point, but I am ready. So glad to have both of you with me as well. And let's just hope our tank is up to par. This is gonna be fun. The Gimlet Dark. I should have watched it. It looks like there's just fucking war going on, so I don't think I missed too much. Then again, this cutscene's kind of dragging long. I'm probably gonna look it up after the stream here. I kinda hate that I skipped it. Okay, I take that back. It doesn't look like it was all that long. Do we actually have he in with us and Ugiri? No way.
Forward! Forward!
We do. Oh wow. Oh, fuck no. So, do we gotta worry about, like, Hien and, Ygiri? Like, that seems like a bit much to be able to do this fight, but have to worry about their health and safety the whole time we do it. Like, can they voluntarily die and it be okay? Or if shit happens to them and they die, are we fucked? I guess that's kind of random to think about, but I feel like that's also like one of those things that like I kind of feel like everybody should be thinking about that. Like, are they like, do we gotta keep them alive right now, or do they just never die? Are they immortals in this battle? Are they irrelevant? Hien sure isn't. I see him losing health. Remember, Hope, don't get Sword Art Online for the deaths on us. I'm pretty terrible with Sword Art Online references, to be honest with you. I really didn't watch that much of the show, but I feel you. Or at least I hope so. It's the laziest tank you've had so far? We already know he's new. He watched the cutscene right off the bat. So I don't really have anything negative to say. Maybe he's just, you know, maybe he's just new. That's really all I could factor in. But maybe I wouldn't say that he's a lazy tank. Maybe just more so overly weary tank amongst others. Maybe is a good way to put it. I haven't seen any streams today, so I don't have any examples. But I'm not gonna lie, he's not. It doesn't seem like he's trying to really get a real pull out there. But you know, like I said, it might be his first time in here, so it might just be his comfortability level. You never really know. The Field of Dust. Good fucking ness. Was not prepared for that attack. Thank you, puppy. That was different. I get it, he goes fucking counterclockwise. Now it makes sense. He starts there and counterclockwises his way around the fucking room until he's fucking killed some shit. I get you, guy. You make sense now, Mark 3B Magitech Colossus. And fuck your move. This guy really doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. %, though. We're almost out of this fight. 1%. Done. One thing that really got me was like the equipment that's actually given away for this this dungeon. It's kind of low. Like I feel like that with most of the equipment here in like patch 4.5. It's like it seems like all of it's really low. I wonder what the theme of the next expansion is going to be. Like, you hear the Stormblood theme kind of really remixed and remastered and, you know, reinterpreted all throughout, like, this expansion for Stormblood here. But it really makes sure this next expansion's going to take us as far as the themes go. Holy hell.
Ready?
Yes. Pippin is here? Fucking Pippin! The Rogadin Lalafell. The one and only. Heart of Raban, mod of Namen. Well, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Nemino's track record really isn't running that great as of late.
I shan't hold back!
I mean, the reason I call it low, Steven, is just because, like, I mean, they basically, at the end of, the last patch, had us at, you know, basically a 3 non-D tier, just seeing 375 given out. It's just like, I feel you, though. I mean, from the standpoint of, like, you yourself have been someone to level up almost, well, you have every combat class to 70, so I'm guessing you have a different spectrum from it than I do, but me just mostly worrying about my main as far as things have gone. I don't know, like, I just feel like it's kind of low on that aspect. But that's just me, though, you know, like, 375 gets... I mean, I guess it's alright. Prometheus. One thing to look at it from, it's definitely a quick catch-up for a lot of people at 375. Motherfucker. Whoa! Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Glad I didn't stand in the middle. What the fuck? Obviously the only one not familiar. Good deal. Good deal.
You underestimate me.
We're getting there. Joko, chill.
This knight does not yield! Out of my way!
I wonder if, like, having the people in the party here is, like, kind of, like, setting us up for, like, how the new expansion's gonna be, with, like, being able to have, like, NPCs in your party to run certain, like, parts of the agenda that you have going on. Again, you know, just one of those random theories of the night.
As one!
Still going pretty well. Almost out of here. It won't even let me target this guy. There we go. Huh.
Let us be about it!
I really, like, I'm pressing the selector like crazy. There's nothing to fight here. I don't really get what they were fighting. Didn't mean to skip that either. God damn it. First time into the fight. Backtracking. Oh, wow, so that kind of sucks. They use the LB on their own? Wow. Dodge stuff? Lots of dodging. Lots of dodging per se. Well, okay. Oh, fuck. I see what you mean by dodging already. Ah, fuck. Didn't make the smartest decision with that one. Chill out, Sharko. What the fuck? Thank you, puppy, for real. Oh my fucking god. What else can fucking kill me in this battle? I feel like that's one of those, it's really not that hard. I need to do a little practice with the fight, and honestly feel like it'll be not that bad. But it was a fun little dungeon though. Kind of gave me the Arbitorum kind of like feels there, to be honest with you. But, you know, it was fun. And Steven and Puppy, glad that you could both help out, definitely. Obviously, I probably would have died a little bit more in there tonight if it wasn't for the both of you. My first time being in here, it was at least decent.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Yeah, of course it would happen. Plot twist!
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not like...
Looks like Alice is going down. She's out. Yep. Really starting to pour into my Warrior of Darkness theory that I had going on at the beginning of this.
Don't tell me. Are you all right?
It's gonna boil down to being the last Scion to deal with Hydaelyn.
We must get her back to the encampment.
It's all just making sense. Fill me in, Rabban. So the Garleans have routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not, they won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time. Whittle down our defenses. Still with your help, and that of your Eastern allies, we've passed the first test of our Elan is unbroken. As for Alice, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. My lord, the Chirurgeons have completed their examination of Mistress Alisaie, and it was as we feared, she is locked in a slumber without any outward cause, just like everybody else. Just like the others, damn it all. Aye, the Garleans picked a fine time to come knocking. Did they, Raban? It seems very, very well planned out. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist on the search for a cure. The best thing I can do is to see to it that Alisaie is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Eugenia and I would return to our encampment. The main cognizant of our focus from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. You know. Yeah. Judging by the Garleans' recent movement, a lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the intermediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones given the plot of your fellow scions. I can understand. If you feel on edge, you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Oh man, don't tell me that's the end of it. No, that's right. Oh, it's their LB, not ours. That makes sense. At least it's theirs, you know? At least there's the additional. Appropriate that the dungeon was full of trenches. Not Song, how are you? Glad to have you. I've found a lot of plot holes tonight in the story, to be honest with you. As much as I love the game, oh, they've given us endless plot holes all throughout the night. As I travel into the Rising Stones, I'm going to take my last restroom break of the night. I'll be right back. Okay, let's do this. PC Ton, hey! Glad you could definitely make it, PC. And I missed you as well, PC, even though you were here yesterday. Wait, were you on the Kingdom Hearts yesterday? I know Chaz was for a long time. Could be wrong, but either way, PC, you know, I'm glad to have you tonight. Either way, no doubt. Ah, Tonberry, welcome home. Word has it, you and Mistress Alisaie gave the Garleans quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alisaie? Was certain she would have returned by now. Well, gosh, she's, looks like everybody else, you know, asleep-ish. By the 12, not her too. Or by your 12, yeah, her too. Ochar, and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We will also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. Tataru? Man, it's been a while. Where does she do it? And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remain unchanged. As we speak, Coulinet, Kryl, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole, after all. Though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us for the time being, at least. Who could sleep at a time like this? Calamity betrays the land, and they're telling me to go to bed. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. That does not look good. It's Xenos. Or La Habrea, whatevs. What's it good for? Well, cliffhangers, I guess. It's been a fun one. Before I get out of here, though. Actually, it's already 3:08. I've already passed that limit. I was about to say I need to actually hit up the gold saucer, but should have actually tried to do that a little earlier. At this point, it's irrelevant. I'll be diving into today, technically. So I'm not gonna. You know, as much as I hate to dip out now, I think I'm going to, and tomorrow I'll dedicate to Seiryu on normal and extreme, along with actually trying to do the 24-man. For now, you know, tonight we had a good push and run through the main scenario, which I've enjoyed so much. Though I'm already heavily awaiting the next segment of things here. I love the fact that the things they touched up on tonight, but at the same time, I can't leave the elephant in the room unnoticed and just point out the fact that they left out so much, yet brought up so much at the same time. Like, this next patch has to be so much bigger. I'm not talking about exterior content. A lot of people want trials. A lot of people want fucking dungeons. I want a lot of that stuff too. You know, I like Final Fantasy for what it is. I love Final Fantasy 14. They are in a very pinnacle of this story where I literally stood on both sides of the fence for an argument of a main scenario quest at the end of a conundrum at the end of an expansion era. All I'm saying is, this next one has to be bigger than 5. Like, if in 4.56 or whatever the fuck, the next patch expansion we have is literally 5 fucking quest fucking short? Oh, butthurt won't even express how I'll feel about it. Will probably write a very well-written message to Square Enix and the Final Fantasy XIV devs that they'll probably never read, and some random person will, and they'll probably wonder, like, what the fuck is this guy doing with his free time? Nothing! Why do you think I wrote a letter? Probably gonna get to that point. Like, I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, I get it. I get it. We're gonna get more story. But 5 main scenario quests. Like the fact that I love the fact that it took 3 hours, and I hate the fact that it took 3 hours. I love the fact that it took 3 hours because, yeah, I mean, it was good. I liked what we had. But to call it a patch and only give me 3 hours of story, and not even real 3 hours, like, it's a very vague 3 hours because I take my own time doing it, I read part of it, and also a part of that, I'll also give so much dialogue in the background to how I feel about certain situations that it's not even a full real 3 hours. Like, they gave us about 2 hours of gameplay as far as the main scenario goes. I hope the next patch does better than that. Like, I love the fact that it was all voice acted, hands down. Amazing. Loved it. Loved this patch so far as the story goes. Still got a lot to do as far as content goes, but story, they did good, but again, day 1, I'm done, and I gotta wait till late March, and it better not be 5 quests. If it's fucking 5 quests again before we get a whole new expansion, I get the expansion is gonna bring a lot more quests, but oh my god. You're talking to a guy that's played MMOs his whole life, and I'm paying 15 fucking bucks a month to do this. Come on now. You gotta give me a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for the night. I'm getting pretty tired. I've had a long day. I've waited so long for this content to come out. But I'm very tired now, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, like I said. Thank you all so much for watching, though. Smell the roses, al amigo. The black roses! But, yeah, everybody, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm getting really fucking tired. And, you know, I'll definitely be back on here tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing some Seiryu. I'm gonna be doing the 24-man. Also gonna try to do Seiryu EX. See how that goes for me. Definitely gonna be diving even deeper into the 4.5 patch tomorrow. Today was all about story. Tomorrow's all about content. Hopefully you can catch me then. But till then, I'm out. Thank you all so much for watching, though. It's been a lot of fun. Not song. Good night to you. Lise and yourself. I feel like Lise is very vaguely considered a sign at this point. But I feel you. And Puppy, good night to you as well. And Steven, you've already got on the dip out, but I hope you do have a great night. And again, Steven, glad that you could help out. And Puppy, thank you for your help as well tonight. It was definitely very well appreciated. But, Not Song, Puppy, Steven, PC Gamer, Chaz, thank you all so much for watching tonight, participating in everything, getting in on that chat. Definitely had a nice night. And Karumi, Mira, glad to have you all. Minato and Euthanasia, definitely hope you have a great night. And thank you for popping in, helping out, and getting in on the chat as well. Azunami, always a pleasure. But as for now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm very tired. But not to mention, you know, tomorrow I've got a lot more planned. A little bit more higher difficulty based things I'm thinking. But we'll really see how it goes. Glad to get caught up with the story tonight, though. Definitely. But I do actually got to eat and get up in just a few hours. And still have work tomorrow as well. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, participating, having fun. And for helping out if you did tonight. It was definitely awesome. But everybody, I'm out of here. Thank you so much. Hey, I barely do this, but hey, like and subscribe on YouTube tonight if you like what you saw. And if you're more of a Twitch fan, I'm also on Twitch. Go ahead and send a follow over there. 15 more followers, I can finally get into the threshold. And I've been pretty stoked about it. Hopefully we can push the Twitch side of things a little bit farther. It's not quite as popular as my YouTube channel, but still glad to be of use. But everybody, I'm out of here. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm ready for tomorrow, or I guess technically today, but I'm gone for now. Good night, everybody. Till next time. No, seriously. Good night. Till next time. Thank you all so much for watching from YouTube, Twitch, Patreon support, and all the support in between, and everything, and everyone. You're just all so great. Good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. Till next time, I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow doing more content for 4.5 and Final Fantasy 14, but until then, see you next time, everybody. If you want to check out last night's stream, it would be the last Kingdom Hearts 2 stream on the playlist or on the channel itself of YouTube. But if you want to find out or see the next Final Fantasy 14 stream, you've just got to wait until tomorrow. I'm out of here, everybody. Take it easy. Have a great night. I'm gone. Till next time.